It is finally time to admit that I have been here before the hype. Yes, Girona FC, a team that I have been watching since last season and realized there's so much potential in there. They are currently in that second position in Spain with 45 points, one of the best starts to a La Liga season ever, especially if you consider the teams that aren't named Real Madrid or Barcelona. So what is this team about? Why am I jumping back in here and doing a rebuild with a team that has done outstandingly well? And I don't want to be gatekeeping Girona and be like, oh, I was here first, but I was. But also, I don't want to be that guy. I've been watching this team since last season, and I honestly just loved their football. That is what captured me. Alex Garcia from this club was the one that really got me involved with Girona. I was watching his games through So Rare, and I just thought, wow, this guy is incredible. And now they've brought the right pieces into this club to go ahead and just do unbelievable things. Now, I am aware the City Group are owners of Girona basically, and a lot of people are pointing towards that because and saying, oh, their success isn't really worth anything because they're owned by the City Group. Look, I get it, but at the same time, trust me when I say this, they didn't buy any insane players. Savio, who is playing on that left wing, the Brazilian, initially when he was at PSV Eindhoven, everyone thought he was going to be the next big thing. In the Eredivisie, he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. So now at Girona, he's becoming an insane player, and the same goes for multiple others that are in this Girona squad. You look at it and you realize these are players that other teams didn't necessarily want. In many cases, Daley Blind was shipped away from Bayern Munich without really using him ever. Then you have the likes of Gutierrez, the left back, who is basically owned by Real Madrid, but he has gone to Girona and has done incredible things, and now they are thinking of buying him again. So you're looking at so many players in this Girona squad who are just doing so well under an incredible coach. And today, my goal is to go ahead and unite not just the best players in Spain that have done well so far this season. I want to look back at this past half season and just jump into a rebuild where I'm going to be bringing in the best performing players of this past half year, where the season of 23-24 has begun and has now reached its halfway point. So let's see who we will be adding into this Girona squad as we go through and hopefully win every single trophy possible. So what's the secret behind the success of Girona? First of all, they brought in a striker named Dovbyk. This man is a giant, 6'2" tall, quite physical, but also just a great striker when it comes to being inside the box in the right spot at the right time. He is being supplied with incredible passes by the likes of Tsigankov, by the likes of Arnau Martinez, Gutierrez, Savio. These players are the reason why this Girona team is doing so well, but the most important one for me personally has been and always will be Alex Garcia. Because there's one thing that Girona do extremely well, and he is one of the main reasons as to why they're able to pull that off. So let me go ahead and show you what basically happens in a game when Girona plays. First of all, they tend to have Alex Garcia have the ball, and basically they create a triangle over on this side or whichever side you want to look at, and they just pass it around up until the point where the entire defense, which obviously is over here from our opponent, they are going ahead and crossing over and creating a little bit more pressure on those players. But because they are technically so gifted, they get out of this triangle and they switch the ball across all the way to the other side, which most of the time Alex Garcia is one of the main players doing that. It can also be players like Daley Blind who have a great pass on them. He has like one of the most progressive passes in this season in the top 5 leagues. But Alex Garcia and other midfielders are constantly switching sides, but also able to create those triangles, get that pressure applied to themselves and get out of it and cross it over to the other side and just create a terrible situation for the opponents where someone like Tsigankov can just sprint at them, go into 1v1 situations, and then get the ball across into the box where multiple players like Ivan Martin, like Savio, like Dovbyk, and many others get involved. And that is something I love watching them do. They are playing such attractive football. And it just it's a joy to watch, because sometimes you watch football teams play football and you're like, this is destructive. This is not creating anything. This is just by chance. Let's hoof it up and see what happens. But there's a specific style of play with this Girona team where even against a team like Barcelona, you'll have the entire team pushed up into the half of the opponent, where Daley Blind plays through balls into the likes of Savio and Gutierrez. Gutierrez, by the way, constantly pushing up, pushing inside, pushing into these types of positions. He's so freaking offensive, this guy. So whoever wants to get him in the future, you gotta be prepared to have other defenders sitting back. But then again, Blind doesn't sit back. Lopez doesn't necessarily sit back. So you're like sat there watching him play this offensively and just wondering, how can they do this? So huge props to their coach. I believe his name is Michel. But man, it's such a joy to watch them. It's the most attractive football I've watched in the past years. And that's the reason why I've gotten so attached to this team. And also, real quick, as we are going ahead and recording this video here, again, thank you massively to my incredible community who've come out with unbelievably kind messages of condolences in my last video regarding my grandfather. I appreciate you guys so much. I had a smile on my face reading through the comments. You guys are the best. So now the question is, since I want to bring in the best performers from multiple leagues, who am I going to be keeping in this squad? If I can put a veto in, I will go ahead and keep Alex Garcia. I think he's the most important part of this team. And I would say Savio is the second most important part of this team right now. I mean, offensively, I think he is the one that creates the most chaos. He's the one that takes on the most people. He's the one that dribbles past people with incredible ability. But I think when Tsigankov is fit, he has more of an impact though. He has been injured for a little while this season, but whenever he plays, he's so influential. He's so great in getting past people as well, and also taking set pieces. I think I'm going to go Tsigankov and Garcia, both 82 rated. I'm going to save 2 players of Girona, and maybe later on they might drop to the bench or something like that. But I'm going to keep Savio for as long as I can, but I do really want to bring in players from other teams. So it's going to be Garcia and Tsigankov for me. Oh, and by the way, Savio is on loan anyways, and he is on loan from a different City group club, and I do believe that he might actually go to Manchester City after the season anyways. And Jan Couto is another player that might return to Manchester City. He's a good one, but he's mostly only used if Savio and Tsigankov aren't fit, and that was the case with Tsigankov. Jan Couto did a great job. He loves going into 1v1 situations, bro. I don't think I've seen a player that tried to sprint past people as much as Jan Couto does. The guy is nuts, but people love him for it, which makes sense. How about 17 games played, 11 clean sheets, and 2 penalties saved? That is the goalkeeper I am going for. A man that wasn't a starter last season, but this season for Nice in Liga has been doing incredible things and could be the next Szczesny. Yes, we are looking at Marcin Bulka, or Marcin Bulka, however you want to pronounce his name. Obviously, I'm not Polish, so I'm not too sure on it. If you guys know it, let me know in the comments. But this guy is a beast. He's going to come into the team right now with a rating of 77, which is a downgrade from Gatza. But that's okay. This guy has had an incredible season so far, and I wanted to reward it. Yes, there were other goalkeepers, but this lad is 6'6". Yes, this is the goalkeeper you want to have. I mean, 11 clean sheets in 17 games in a side that isn't called PSG in Ligue 1. I find that very, very impressive. And obviously, you got to give props to his defense as well. But he also has 2 penalties saved. So I like this guy a lot. He makes some good saves. And he could be someone that could be on the move after this season, because people realize how good he actually is. And for now, he's going to be the goalkeeper of Girona. After a terrible injury that took him off the field for months upon months, Boskagli has returned to PSV Eindhoven starting 11, and this season this man has had an impressive impact on the team once again. People were scared that he wouldn't be the same Boskagli that he was before, but now PSV Eindhoven are top of the league in the Eredivisie, and they are through into the next round of the Champions League knockout stages, playing against Dortmund. That is going to be their opponent. And for me, it was clear. I had to get this guy into the team. He's incredible. He's left-footed. He has amazing build-up play. He's very good physically as well. He might be 5'11". He doesn't look like it in real life to me, but He's a very, very good defender that knows how to build attacks from the back. And that is something I think Girona fans would appreciate because Daley Blind has been doing that. So he comes into this squad at the age of 25 with a 77 rating as my second transfer so far. And definitely one of the better performing defenders this year, at least this season. Leicester City are top of the championship as we speak, and alongside Vestergaard there is one man who was being made fun of for quite a bit, including myself. I was making fun of him because he scored like 2 own goals against Liverpool. This man is the Belgian centre-back, 25-year-old Wout Faes. This man is now going to be playing in the other centre-back position for us. He's having a great season alongside Vestergaard. That is the best defensive partnership in the championship right now. And he also has one of the best average ratings when you look at sites that keep track of stats. That is what I'm obviously building this upon. But man, he is going to do well when they go back up into the Premier League. I truly hope that he can basically go ahead and make a name for himself again, because he does have a bright career ahead of him. He's only 25 years old, 6'2" tall, Belgian centre-back with a great haircut, where you're going to go ahead and be the guy that everyone looks at when you're on the pitch. It just, you know, people recognize you way better. And the thing about the haircut thing, by the way, which is why I'm like so obsessed about it, my dad used to have like a main like hullet, and everyone said like, oh, you play so well, you do this, you do that. And he always used to say, I just do what everyone else does. I just have a haircut that people notice. So whenever I'm on the ball, people are like, oh, that's him. That's all it is. So that's what I wanted to go ahead and let you guys know about when it comes to myself and my obsession with the haircuts on in football. But yeah, nice, 76 rated. There he is. He's now our centre back. I don't know if I have enough money to make any more changes. So for this season, we're going to have to go with these 3 new signings who have done extremely well. And I hope they will do well for this team as well. Season 1 is over, and yes, of course, I couldn't do as well as Girona is doing in real life. It's impossible, man, when you have these incredible teams in there. I mean, Barcelona beat us 5-1, but 10th with 47 points for now. I'm going to come for that top. Yep, I will get that first position at one point, but Real Madrid, enjoy it while you can, okay? So, congratulations. No European football for us, which obviously sucks. And Savio is going to be leaving us after this season. The same goes for the likes of Jan Couto, which you guys have obviously seen. But that opens up a position that we can definitely go after in the upcoming season. It is good, however, to see that many players have grown in their rating. Faes up to a 79, Boscagli up to a 78. The fullbacks, man, they're going to be expensive when we move these guys on. We can cash in on those ones nicely. Bulka gone up to an 81, which I really like seeing. And I have trust in this team. I'm not worried. We're going to get there. And yeah, how many goals did some of these guys score? Who was the best? Savio. Oh, okay. 15-7. Tsigankov, 14-3. There we go. Dovbyk, 13 goals. Love that. Herrera, 5-1. By the way, I love the story of Dovbyk. The man was playing in Ukraine. No big club really wanted to pick him up. So that's another thing where I'm like, oh yeah, the City group has all the money. But they've gone in for a player like Dovbyk, who was 25 years old. And not many other clubs were basically interested in getting him. At least if they were higher, like bigger clubs themselves, he probably would have chosen them. But he joined this Girona team and he's a beast right now in real life. I love stories like that. Alex Garcia with the 4-6 will take that, buddy. Good performance. Love the fact that he has a real face in the game. But that is about it. So you can quite clearly tell that we are lacking a couple more goal contributions in this team to do better. Was it the defense or was it the offense that was the issue? We scored 53, conceded 58. I mean, both seem to be an issue right there. So we'll try and fix that going into Season 2. Normally, when players do well in the second Bundesliga, it doesn't translate as well into the main one. But this guy has proven it is possible. It is Jan Niklas Beste from Heidenheim. In the second Bundesliga season, he was already incredible, but this time in the Bundesliga itself, he's one of the most influential players in their team and is still putting up numbers. And I fully expect that someone will pick him up after this year, and he will be a mainstay in the Bundesliga. The guy's a beast. I like everything he does. He's such a good player, so technically well-rounded. And he comes in with a 77 rating for now at the age of 25. Seems like 25 is the main age we're bringing in constantly. The guy has a good amount of pace. decent amount of shooting, good passing, good dribbling, left-footed, left midfielder. He's the one replacing Savio for us this season, and I do truly believe that he should have way higher of a rating. But then again, it's his first season now in the Bundesliga, and EA only now recognizes his talent. Oh, by the way, he's had 5 goals and 7 assists so far this season, so don't know if I mentioned that, but there you go. Everyone now has started talking about the MLS because Messi has obviously gone there, but one man was the best player that season and won his team the title. It is Cucho Hernandez. This lad has gotten himself 24 goals and 10 assists in the past year, the past season in the MLS. And for me, it is clear he has to be part of this Girona team. Cucho Hernandez, Columbus Crew, MLS champions. Dovbik, I'm sorry, but it is time to bring him in. 78 rating, good pace, good shooting, good dribbling, physicality, quick step, acrobatic. I love the fact that he's now a part of this team. I cannot wait to see what he can do over here in Spain. His name comes across a bit familiar though. Wasn't this guy like a talented player at one point in FIFA already? I might have to check back, but again, man, 24 goals and 10 assists in a season. It's ridiculous. 9 goals, 8 assists this season and linked to a couple of Premier League clubs. It is Matt O'Reilly from Celtic. Yes, Celtic, a club to watch that. It's just fun, man. It really is watching them play, especially at their home ground, is so much fun. And Matt O'Reilly has impressed big time. He's linked to the likes of Tottenham as well, I believe. And yeah, 9 goals and 8 assists from centre midfield. Very influential in what he does for his team, and I thought this just made so much sense. Ivan Martin plus 9 million for this one. What's his actual rating? I want to know. He comes in with possibly an 80, maybe a 79. That's okay. 79 it is. This guy is an international now for Denmark as well, and I like a lot about him. He is so freaking good. A lot more people need to recognize him as a top player. And he's only like 23, 24 years old right now, so it could be the perfect time for him to move on from Celtic. Having said that, though, he literally just extended this contract as well. So it's an odd situation, but maybe that was only to put in a proper release clause. But Matt O'Reilly is now the teammate of Alex Garcia. 6 goals and 5 assists for Aston Villa this season. It is Douglas Luiz. I just gave Yangel Herrera plus 14 million to sign this man, and I messed up the cutscene recording, hence why you only see it right here. But for me, he's the perfect player for this squad. He is someone that can go forward and get things done as well, but also put up great numbers in that defensive side of the game. High-low work rates. 26 years old, 5'9". I actually wouldn't be surprised if he gets a position change at some point because he's so offensive, but being able to bring him in as a CDM into this squad, it was just too perfect of an opportunity. So now he is my final signing of the season. Let's get after it now. The season in 2025 is done, and we are looking at a much better placing. I mean, much better. 7th, and that should get us European football, so that's okay. 56 points right there. And I was just thinking about the fact that Girona most probably is going to get Champions League football after this season. I wonder what they're going to do with that money. I would be kind of upset if they just go out and buy incredible players now, because they have brought through a couple of players that were rejected, some players with decent potential, and they just turned out so well. So I really hope they hang on to that format. But then again, you can't stay in the top 4 of La Liga if you keep on doing that. So we'll see what happens with that. But the team is right here, and it is looking great. Cucho Hernandez up to an 82. Alex Garcia, El Capitan, 86. Alongside Tsigankov. Douglas Luiz has gone up a little bit. Matt O'Reilly up to an 82. Jan-Niklas Beste only up by +2. Hopefully we can turn that into a +3 by the end of the season. If not, that's okay. Gutierrez 85, Martinez 86, and those two are definitely positions I can easily upgrade in the upcoming season by selling those guys for bags of money. Defensively, we have 282 rated centre-backs. That's fine with me. Bulka has only gone up by +2 as well. But who has been the main man this season? I would assume it's Cucho. Yes, it is him. 19-2. Tsigankov 18-3. Alex Garcia 9-7. Doing better than the younger Matt O'Reilly right there. That's fine. You'll get used to it. Alex Garcia is just the main man. Oh, I actually did show you guys the league table before the season was done, and we just dropped to 8th because we just got a draw. Okay, just let go of the left back for 90 million and the right back for 105, which leaves us with a budget of 263 million to play with. Can you really talk about any defender this year without talking about Grimaldo? A man that has moved from Benfica, where he was doing great, across to Bayer Leverkusen, and people doubted him, but Alonso is getting the best, the most he could get out of him right now with 9 goals and 6 assists, taking incredible free kicks, taking corners and set pieces in general, and also during the game itself, such an influence with his left foot. Grimaldo just had to go into this team. He's one of the older ones that I'm bringing in. 50 million I paid for him, but he comes in with a beautiful rating. I reckon it is an 85. He's going to be a left back for us, or left wing back, whatever he wants to be. He can be anything he wants to be. 87 pace, 84 passing, 84 dribbling, and dead ball specialist. He deserves it. If you guys have seen him play this season for Leverkusen, him and Frimpong are just a joy to watch. So of course, I had to bring him in. Yes, it is gonna be Frimpong and Grimaldo for Girona. Imagine the scenes. This man has 6 goals, 6 assists so far this season, and he's just unstoppable. I mean, he's basically Jan Couto, who we already had, but just better. Frimpong, so good and so exciting every time he gets onto the ball in that right wing position. Yes, I know he's a right back, but whenever he's going into the attack, he loves taking the ball past people and just sprinting past them, and he makes it look so easy. So I had to get both of these incredible players into the team, and for him I had to pay 110 million, double of Grimaldo. But at the end of the day, it is worth it. 88 rated, my friends. That is the player we have brought in right here. And I might have to think about like switching to a 5 at the back formation at some point, maybe moving on Douglas Luiz, but I don't think the time has come yet. How much money do I have left after these signings? That's the question. Like, can I still buy someone insane, or is it not going to be enough? 93 million. Who do I go for? Maybe I can make Jan-Niklas Best a backup and bring in a higher rated player for that left midfield position. Still, much respect to him, man. Incredible year so far. With this next player, I'm just surprised that he's still at the club he's at. It is a man that is walking through and getting a special reception right here. Pedro Gonçalves from Sporting. This kid, I don't get it. Why has no one picked him up yet? He has 6 goals, 4 assists in the past 6 months, which is obviously this season. And in total, over the course of the last year, 17 goals and 12 assists. He is such a good player. It makes no sense as to why he's still at Sporting. Don't get me wrong. Hey, Sporting fans, I respect your club. I really do. But most of the time, teams from Portugal, a lot of them, bring out youngsters and good players like Pedro right here and sell them for big money. I'm just amazed at the fact that he hasn't been moved on yet. He comes in with an 85 rating. Jan-Niklas Best drops onto the bench. That's okay. He can play in that left midfield position. He's going to be fine in there because he doesn't have that much pace. So left midfield rather than left wing is probably ideal. 85 shooting, 85 passing, 85 dribbling, 4-star, 4-star. Tons of play styles on him as well. And with that, that is my last signing of the season. And this team better be getting Champions League football. Okay, now I'm kind of getting upset because the team has finished 8th. What? How has this team finished 8th? We have 56 points, nowhere near the top of the league. Real Madrid still dominating up there alongside Barcelona. But my team is nuts. It's incredible. I mean, come on, man. The lowest rating is Matt O'Reilly with the 84. Our bench, yeah, it can be improved, but surely that's not the reason. Is the reason that these guys are playing right wing back and left wing back, and that kind of like messes up the balance? Is that something I might have to take into consideration and maybe switch to like a 4-2-3-1? Put Matt O'Reilly as a backup midfielder? Actually, no, not 4-2-3-1. I need to go with a 5 at the back. I think I do. Something has to happen because it makes no sense that this team has done so bad. I mean, considering their ratings, it is very bad what we're seeing right now. Cucho, 16 goals. Tiganko, 15 and 7. Matt O'Reilly actually had a good year. I need to find a solution. let me think about this as we go into the next year. After years of questionable performances, it has finally happened. Girona top of the league table. And honestly, the fact that it's taken me this long to get them to first, it just makes the fact that they actually got first for a long time in La Liga such an impressive feat, doesn't it? I mean, it's unreal. 87 points. We won the league title. We qualified for Champions League football. And now this team means serious business. Cucho Hernandez, 88. Pedro, up to an 89. Tsigankov and Garcia, both originals, 90. Douglas Luiz and O'Reilly looking good. And I fixed the issue by just making the players play the position that they were supposed to come in. So Frimpong right back, Grimaldo left back, Boscagli and Weiss up to decent ratings there with Bulka on an 88. Next season could be a huge one. I could fill up the bench with players, but I won't because I'm me. And let's take a look at the stats. We had an injury to one of our main players. Cucho Hernandez only played 24 games this season, but still managed to get 15 goal contributions. Pedro, 23 and 7, 30 goal contributions and 42. And Tsigankov just keeps being incredible, 19 and 10 right there from him. And Vallejo, the replacement, actually did well for us as Alex Garcia gets himself over 10 goal contributions once more. More impressively though, Douglas Luiz with 16 as a CDM. I love that, so GG's to him. And off we go into a Champions League season with a very strong team. Well, we got past Inter and now it is Bayer Leverkusen where we've stolen two of their best players. Of course, we get past them. Atletico Madrid remained untouched from us, but it works out 4-3. And that puts us into the final of the Champions League against PSG. Of course, Mbappe is going to be part of that team. Before I even go look at anything, I want to see their squad. Mbappe, Xavi Simons, Dembele, De Bruyne. Okay, Van Dijk, Min-jae, Robertson. Okay, PSG, I see you. That's gonna be one hell of a match. Patino, no disrespect. I don't know what the hell you're doing in that insane team, but okay. Let's take a look at our team and how well they have done in La Liga. Once again, first, 82 points. It was a close one though. Real Madrid had their chance to win it, but they weren't close enough. And this team now is Champions League winning level, okay? If you look at this squad, you see quality in every single position. You see players who have been doing really well this season and possibly last season as well. I'm very excited to see how this squad plays. I cannot wait for it. Performance-wise, we are looking at 30 goals from Cucho Hernandez, unreal. Pedro, 23 and 16. Tsigankov, 21 and 14. Those are our top three performers, and others have been contributing as well, which of course makes a massive difference. But guys, Girona are doing really well in real life, and now let's see if they can win the Champions League title with the top performers, or some of them, of this season. If you have any others you would like to suggest, let me know in the comments down below. Obviously, I had to fit the players into the budget, so I couldn't get sometimes the best that everyone would point towards, but I feel like I've made some really good choices right here. And we have a nice mixture of players: MLS, Eredivisie, Championship, Portugal, all that stuff. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. So off we go into the Champions League final. The Girona lads are ready for it. The best of the first half of the season. And as I'm recording this a day later now, I have seen that Arsenal have lost against West Ham, which makes Liverpool top of the league halfway through the season. Now I want to know from you guys, do you think Liverpool has it in them to go ahead and win it? Do you think Liverpool will be active in the transfer window to go ahead and secure that first position long term? Or could it be the worst thing to happen, which would basically be this scenario? We go ahead and we get into that first position, do nothing about it, and just hope and pray that the team that we already have is not going to have any more injuries, and we get through and win it. I think there will be injuries. It's inevitable. You can see every single top club is struggling with it, and especially if you look at like Real Madrid and stuff. But personally speaking, man, it would be such a joy to see Liverpool lift that title and be able to celebrate it with the fans. as it was supposed to be, because during the previous title win, we were not able to do so. But yeah, I'm desperately hoping for transfers. We need a couple of them, ideally 2 of them, to join and get us over the line. Let's see how it works out, because Manchester City seems to be struggling big time right now. Fast, lovely. Tsigankov cuts in now onto his left, strikes it. Oh, a beauty. And it is Pedro Gonçalves winning that one for us. The battle in the middle. He wins it, and it is 1-0 for Girona. Let's go. How do you actually say his name? Is it like Gonçalves? Is it Gonçalves? Is it Gonçalves? What is it? Anyways, doesn't matter. It is 1-0. The Portuguese lad has scored and shown his quality. Frimpong too quick. Frimpong catching up once more. This could be very dangerous. The Belgian centre-back is a beast, but Mbappe is on it again. Switch. Oh, wow. What a finish. What a finish, man. It is 1-1. Was that Patino? It probably was, wasn't it? Was it Patino scoring that one? No, Lee Kangin. I was going to be like, oh, of course the guy scores that I thought just didn't fit into this team. Love that, Boscagli. Go on. Go on. The centre-back's pushing in. Douglas Luiz open in the centre. I have Tsigankov and Aleix Garcia. Aleix now running. He could shoot from here. He's going to shoot from there and score! My absolute favorite player, Aleix Garcia. Yesterday, there were links for him to join Barcelona. He has a release clause of apparently 20 million. If I am any club in the world, I am paying that instantly and getting this magician into my squad, man. What a player. El Capitan, Aleix Garcia. Let's go. Bro, Frimpong is so quick. Cucho. Down the left. Pedro. Lovely ball. The timing is impeccable. What a finish. That is what you get from a man that just scores goals for fun in the MLS. Cucho Hernandez is on fire. Girona ruining the defense of PSG. No chance for Donnarumma on all 3 of these. He had a hand on it on Aleix Garcia, his shot, but could not prevent it. And this one, from the toughest angle of them all, somehow flies in. Impressive, to say the least. Grimaldo. And the pass to top it off. Lovely. Pedro again on the move. Pedro is actually pacing past people. And Cucho, 4-1. It's done. PSG is finished. And our team of the first half of the season in 2023 is just rocking it, man. And of course, Aleix Garcia is the one to lift the trophy. Guys, I can only tell you this much. These players that you see in the squad are only a bunch of the best of the first half of the season. And obviously, I couldn't fit all of them in, but these were the ones that I thought made the most sense. I appreciate everyone watching this, and I'm extremely excited for the second half of the season in all of these leagues and divisions. And hopefully, it's going to be a great year of football with the Euros coming up at the end of it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Take care and peace.